I really wish that they would give you like an actual, hey, you're live right when you go live here. Anyways, hey, friends. So I was supposed to go live this morning, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot. Um, no excuses, just, we had a travel day yesterday. My schedule's been off a little bit. And I was sitting here thinking, I didn't go live this morning. But guess what? It doesn't mean that I can't go live later on. So, number one, thank you for your patience with me too. This just reinforces some of the things I've talked about in the past about being flexible with your business, being flexible with your schedule, being flexible with your money plan, all those things that I talk about so often. But today, I really wanted to bring you this idea. And you know what? You've heard about this before, I'm sure, but it's been on my heart a lot lately. And so I know if it's been on my heart, it's probably been on your heart as well. And it's this idea that, we're making things all about us when it really should be about the other person that we're trying to help. Doesn't matter in what business you're in, what job you have, how you're trying to help somebody else. We tend to make it all about us. And, I'll be honest, sometimes I hesitate to reach out to people, whether it's for, ordering a loaf of sourdough, whether it's an invitation to have a conversation with me about money, whether it's about health and wellness business, whether it's about ordering metal prints, because y'all know we've got a lot of businesses here. Even if it's to like share a resource, right? Um, Sometimes I hesitate to reach out because it actually feels like, what if they're going to say no? And that feels a little personal, right? I know I'm not the only one here. But, if I'm also being honest, I will watch those same people purchasing the same things or looking for resources, the same type of resource that I was going to offer. A few days later, a week later, they are reaching out, asking for it, or sharing that they just made the purchase or they just made the decision, right? And so, really, that's a reminder that no means something more about me, my worth, my offer. It's my anxiety, it's not reality, right? Same for you. Because you can see those people that you were going to reach out to. Um, you can watch it. They're signing up with other people. They are buying the things that you were selling, right? They are looking or just talking about a resource that you were just going to offer them, right? But you chose to not reach out because of your own anxiety and your own fear. And listen, like I said, I have absolutely been there. But this is really where like a mindset shift comes into play. And it's a reminder that maybe their no isn't about you at all, right? It's where they're at, where they, kind of what they're looking for, what they need right now. And oftentimes they might not even say no, right? We put that own thought in our head. When we make it about us, we're actually robbing them of the chance to say yes to something that could really help them. Think about that for a second. When you make it about you and you end up not reaching out, not, um, you know, having a conversation, not sharing what it is that you offer, you are robbing them of the chance to say yes to something that could really help them. Honestly, it is not our job to control the answer here. Our job is to show up, offer value, and let them decide from there, right? So here's a quick little solution. Quick, call it a 3-minute reframe of this. So step one is I want you to pause and really notice the fear, right? Am I worried about being rejected, or am I focusing on serving? Right? It's really about kind of flipping that around. How can I make this about them instead? What do they really need right now? How can I show up with love and not pressure? Right? So when you are really taking this need. And a lot of times people call this like commission breath. When you show up just for you in a situation, it is so noticeable, right? So really taking the opportunity to ask, how can I make this about them? What do they really need right now? And how can I show up with love and not pressure? It really starts to see. And if you can't answer that, then you are showing up with commission breath and you are making it all about you. All right. No matter what business you're in, no matter what you are trying to, pitch or help somebody with, if it truly doesn't have a place for them, if there really isn't a way to help them, then it's not about them at all. It's about you. And that's where you need to be, bringing that awareness in, right? And then the third step is to take action. Send the message, right? Make the call, share the resource without any attachment to the outcome. You celebrate the courage, not the result. I always say it's about your process, not the outcomes that happen, right? When you start taking the action because you know it's based out of love and not pressure, your actions start to feel more aligned, number one. You start to remove yourself again from the outcome, the result of that, and start to move into this place of truly celebrating your courage and honoring you and honoring the person that you're reaching out to. They can feel that. They know that you are coming from this place of love and compassion and support. Okay? So, maybe here's a little invitation to you. If you look at, kind of what's been holding you back because of, the fear of hearing a no, or, a fear of somebody saying, I'm not interested. I see you. I see you. I have been there so many times. I can't even tell you how many times. But if you are reaching out, to somebody that truly does, that you truly believe can benefit from whatever help that you are offering, then you are reaching out of alignment and out of love, right? And you're asking, what does somebody else need today? What can I offer that somebody else needs today? Right? I would love to have you share, if you take the steps and take these actions to kind of reframe, right? And to be really bringing this awareness to the forefront of how maybe you've been making it about you and not the other person. Because listen, there's no shame here. We've all done it. But I would love to have you post in the comments what action you're taking and how do you feel about that. And then let's celebrate that action. Let's celebrate that courage to take that action, right? Because we all need to celebrate that courage. We all have fears that hold us back in these areas. And I think it's just a good reminder, friend, that I know that you really are coming from a place of, love and compassion, and true help. But if you do it with you at the forefront, it doesn't translate very well. And sometimes when we get ourselves into a situation where we are, feeling a little desperate, right? We might need a new client. We might need to sell some stuff. Our finances are kind of suffering, right? Sometimes that commission breath is really evident because we are coming from that place of fear that's deep down inside of us. And sometimes it's not even this fear of the other person saying no. It's this fear of not getting what we really need to get, which is more money. And that makes us do some really crazy things. So, quick little, reminder, bringing this to the forefront. Couple of little action steps for you on this Monday afternoon. Again, I'd love to hear in your comments. Post, where has fear held you back? How are you reframing that to really come from a place of love and compassion instead of making it all about you? Let's support each other. Let's encourage, and let's celebrate. So have a fabulous Monday. We'll see you again soon.